Frank Warren was talking about the Windsor Park August 18th fight for Carl Frampton, and I think you're gonna have Tyson Fury on the card. When it came up with IFL TV that Billy Joe Saunders is gonna come back in September, I think he said, versus an unknown big name opponent. He said he's having preliminary talks with the guys team. We back. It's the Boxing Clinic of Morris. Your boy CJ Goodfellow. Y'all know what it is. One time we back grinding. And I talked about last week that it potentially, it kind of would make sense and it'd be too right, like Kelly at Boxing Enigma say. Kelly Enigma say, Boxing Network say, it's just too right for Billy Joe Saunders and Jermall Charlo to fight. And Frank Warren said he's in talk for a big fight with Billy Joe Saunders with this guy. And just wondering, could it be Jermall Charlo? He said the winner of Martin Murray and Billy Joe Saunders was going to fight this guy. And I don't know who it could be because, as far as a big fight, let me get this down. Let me say this. The UK's definition of a big fight and United States definition of a big fight is two totally different things. Let me say that as a disclaimer. Two totally different things. I don't know who it's going to be, in the WBO rankings. Everybody's tied up. Andrade's number one. He's supposed to be fighting on this Liam Smith, Jaime Munguia undercard as a co-feature against Yamaguchi Falco, one of the Falco brothers. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. So that ruled him out. Derevchenko is somewhere in the top 8. Him and Danny Jacobs is supposed to be fighting. That ruled him out. Jermall Charlo has been moved from each sanctioned belt body except for the WBC because he's an interim titleist. But it doesn't mean that he can't give up the interim title and be re-ranked. We see it all the time. Guys that's not ranked, they pay for them to get ranked into the top 15 and they can fight. So that's the only guy that I could see Billy Joe Saunders fighting unless Demetrius Andrade will pull out of the Yamaguchi Falco fight with HBO. That's the only guy I reasonably could see Billy Joe Saunders fighting. That's a big fight. And, he beat Gary Spike O'Sullivan already. He's there. So potentially they're talking about Gary Spike O'Sullivan. It might be a domestic UK guy. Seriously, man. Like I say, man, the UK definition of big fight and our definition of big fight is two totally different things. Like to them, that Dylan White, Joseph Parker card, that's a big card, that's a big fight. That's garbage to us. It's a whole bunch of mismatches and don't nobody want to see Joseph Parker fight. I don't like the guy. He boring. Never seen him in a good fight. All his fights is mundane. If you don't know what mundane is, look it up. But it just sounds too right, for Billy Joe Saunders and Jermall Charlo to be working something out. He said the guy that I'm talking to, let's use some context. Let's try to, use some clues here. The guy that I'm talking to about, fighting the guy, it's only one guy that you talk to in boxing. It's usually Al Haymon when people refer to the guy that I'm talking to. And also, Jermall Charlo also said that, he had a big announcement to make. He was supposed to come back in August, but he said he got a big announcement to make. It ain't nothing to come back in September, and that will make sense that both of them are talking about to have big announcements. And for Jermall Charlo, for people saying, well, he probably going to announce he's fighting in Houston at home. Well, that's not a big announcement. That's something that's already been said that he's going to fight in Houston. But if you can get Billy Joe Saunders get a world championship belt, I'll give up the interim title because, Canelo and Triple G going to drive you around. And for him, he should have went on and just fight Billy Joe Saunders. If that's the fight they're talking about, that interim title don't mean nothing. That don't make you a two-weight class world titleist. Seriously, it don't mean nothing. You need to go ahead and fight Billy Joe and, make that fight happen. He talked a lot of junk, both of them, going back and forth. Jermall talking a lot of junk, and it's time for him to solidify himself and Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders not solidified as a top middleweight neither. He ain't fought nobody but Andy Lee and Chris Eubanks. I think he beat Gary Spike O'Sullivan. I'm not sure on that. He ain't fought. And even if he beat Martin Murray, that didn't mean nothing. Martin Murray been beat several times already. So he ain't doing nothing that's spectacular. He don't have a great resume neither. Beating David Lemieux don't mean nothing. So they need each other, man. And this is about too right for boxing to make it happen. Both of these guys need to fight each other. Jermall Charlo need to realize that paper interim title he got not gonna mean nothing because Canelo and Triple G gonna put him off again. They're probably gonna do a third fight in May. He gonna be waiting. He gonna be a middleweight for 2 years by the time he get opportunity at that belt. Then when he get opportunity at that belt, somebody gonna drop the belt, not fight him anyway. So you still gonna be open up to being criticized because you didn't fight nobody for the belt. It was handed to you. They won't tell you how Triple G was handed the belt, but they're going to criticize you. If I was him, I'm going for Billy Joe Saunders. And hopefully Frank Warren, and talking about Billy Joe Saunders fighting Jermall Charlo is a big fight. Because both of them saying they got a big announcement to make. Both teams. And what big announcement is Jermall Charlo to make? Honestly, what big announcement is it for him to make? Everybody else tied up. Derevchenko, Jacobs, Triple G, Canelo, Andrade is supposedly tied up. There you go. Those, two, five middleweights that's already tied up. And only two big middleweights left is Billy Joe Saunders and Jermall Charlo. So it gotta make sense, but like I said, like Kelly said, it would probably make too much sense for these guys to fight. For these two teams to come together. But it could be easy to make because Frank Warren, he promotes some fighters that's advised by Al Heyman. So it sounds too right, man. Seriously, it sounds too right to happen. Because Al Heyman and Frank Warren obviously got a relationship with them advising and he promoting the fighter. So it shouldn't be a hard deal to make. So hopefully they can make a deal between Jermall and Billy Joe. We get a good fight. They've both been going at each other for quite some time, especially since the Chris Eubanks and George Groves fight. They've been going at each other about that one. So, man, hopefully they can get it together. Be on the lookout for the Hannah Gabriel and Clarissa Shields breakdown prediction video today. I'm doing film study right now. So when that materializes, I'll drop that. And also, I did the Victor Postal and Josh Taylor breakdown prediction. That's the first video I dropped today. Started off slow. We're going to pick it up. Don't forget, we got the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter links in the description. And also, we got the PayPal link in the description if you want to donate to help us move forward and create better content and do what we do. But appreciate everybody. And guess what? We back to the boxing. Grinding. One time for the one time. Y'all know what it is. TBC and where we out.